I'm Commander Ryland, my lord. I apologize for my abruptness, but I'm afraid I must request assistance with an emergency. Something is stirring up the jungle beasts, which makes the route between here and Kaas City hazardous. Several individuals traveling on foot have disappeared. I've even had reports of jungle beasts attacking speeders.
Sounds like you need some help.
Given the circumstances, I believe someone of your abilities is precisely what's needed. I dispatched 2 commando teams into the jungle to clear out the beasts, but they never returned. An emergency holo message came through from one of the team leaders. I'll play it for you.
Repeat. Landing beacons are emitting some kind of energy. Power surges are driving the beasts mad. Can't get close enough to reroute power. Lost my team. Beasts closing in. Need reinforced. Ah!
Sensors confirm unusual energy readings in the jungle. The spaceport's landing beacons appear to be the cause.
Just show me where the fun is.
I'm deeply grateful for your assistance, my lord. The spaceport's landing beacons are scattered throughout the nearby jungle. You'll need to reroute power on all of them. I'll track your progress from here. Return when you're done. Good luck. The jungle predators are fierce. Come back, my lord. Sensors indicate you rerouted power to all the landing beacons. Analysis indicates they were deliberately sabotaged to drive the jungle beasts insane. I'm transmitting a full report to Kaas City. Please accept this and my deepest gratitude, my lord. I bid you good day.
A guard post in the jungle. Keeping something out or in?
Out, my lord. When the speeders were pulled off the line, people started braving the deeper jungle, trying to make it to Kaas City on foot. Had a few deaths, some of them VIPs. Captain Tolto sent us to keep people out and poke around a bit, see what's out there.
I'm dying of suspense. Really.
We managed to take some data readings, even some hollows. Big nasty critters out there, nothing to mess with. Our runner, unfortunately, is down a leg from the experience. If you're headed back towards the spaceport, could you give the observation disk to Captain Tolto?
I suppose I have the time.
Appreciated. The sooner he knows what's going on, the sooner we can warn people.
I have a report for you, Captain. It seems there are monsters in the jungle.
Thank you, my lord. You do us all a great honor by taking notice of our problems. This is what I needed. I'll start moving to warn everyone off that path until we can get some full cleanup squads.
Bunawa, tuipe tute bak batra, wonga wonga. Naka noya choski, noyo kochuso te mate chichoya. Ukili, baklunki na atabumpa, pushuda.
What exactly does this entail?
Naka noya choski, noyo kochuso te mate chichoya. Chupolo, awona kopotomte tak makechisa. Kiko ubakili, wata bunga dunko, putoga wata.
I'm giddy with anticipation.
Kavaji uta kuka huta nupri, da bumba ula. Ni umpi putamala, bedwana nibochi chichupa gumba. Esupuda no pajunki, faguta ji uta vukise.
I've been looking for a reason to cause some chaos.
Chiho lukuta, chubu ikatsufu, undole. Bafupa giwanta humpa, muli rabamba hula.
Exactly as reported. A Degree 6 revolt, population equivalent to the Duros uprising on Zilior. Subjects occupy a moderate radius of jungle. Good. Good. Welcome, apprentice. Your timing couldn't be better. I am Lord Drow. When the Empire encounters resistance on its conquered worlds, they call me. I'm here to end the slave uprising on Dromund Kaas.
You enjoy your job, don't you?
Dominating lesser beings and squashing their will to resist? Of course I enjoy it. I think you will too. Situation is this. A Sith Lord was constructing a colossal statue of himself in the jungle. His slaves revolted and armed themselves. The Colossus remains unfinished and well-armed slaves now control the jungle. An embarrassment for the Empire, but an opportunity for me.
Sounds like the perfect opportunity to thin the slave population.
Slave deaths will be a byproduct of my plan, but not the focus. I'm testing a toxic weapon, a poison called Quell. Its victims experience a prolonged state of agonizing pain before finally dying. The victims' allies are so horrified by Quell's effects, they lose their wills to resist. At least that's what I intend to prove.
What a disturbing experiment. You're quite the sadist, Lord Drow.
Please, there's no need for flattery. I need someone to introduce a controlled amount of Quell into the slave's water supply, so that I can determine the proper dosage. Work is dangerous, there will be armed slaves everywhere, but your success will be well rewarded. What do you say?
I'll always aid in the advancement of the killing sciences.
I suspected as much. My assistant, Sergeant Slerin, will recommend the correct dosage of Quell and give you a supply. See him at the research tent.
If I know Lord Drow's tastes, which unfortunately I do, he sent you for the Quell toxin.
I'm helping him put down the slave revolt.
Do you truly understand what he's asked you to do? What if I told you this experiment is pointless? That past studies have shown increased suffering has no impact on the speed of surrender. This has nothing to do with accelerating the end of a rebellion. Lord Drow simply takes perverse thrill in gratuitous suffering.
What exactly is the problem again?
It's a matter of efficiency. There's no good reason why our mission here must be prolonged. I want this assignment over with. The faster this rebellion ends, the faster I'll be reassigned to more important work. Serving Lord Drow's bloodlust has stunted my career. If not for his inefficiency, I'd be a captain by now.
If you let others block your progress, you deserve to fail.
Why do you think we're having this discussion? Lord Drow's dosage of Quell toxin will have slaves writhing in agony for pointless weeks, during which this area will remain volatile. I've prepared a dose that will kill the slaves efficiently, which is better for the Empire and for me. Will you deliver my dosage instead?
I want these renegade slaves to pay for disobeying the Empire.
You're not merely prolonging the slaves' agony, but my own as well. Committed to your work, aren't you? Very well. Take the Quell toxin and inject it into the slave camp's water filtration systems. See Lord Drow for your payment when you're done.
You delivered the exact results I hoped for. Quell is like an imbibed torture device infesting those rebel slaves. It's exhilarating to see the effects on the survivors who can only stand by and watch helplessly.
I'm happy to see you're so pleased.
Quell toxin will be a great asset to the Empire. Uprisings will end painfully and decisively. You've earned your reward, my friend. Now go. I have horror and despair to observe and chronicle.
Finally, someone who can keep their head in a crisis. Rebel slaves hit my team in the jungle. They stole weapons, supplies. As if that wasn't bad enough, the idiots ransacked our spires for parts. Without those components, we've got a lightning spire building up dangerous energy levels. It'll crater half of Kaas City if it blows.
How long until the spire explodes?
I can't say for sure. We should have at least enough time to avert the disaster. Most of my men ran off. Some tried to reclaim the spire parts, but the rebels cut them down. I came back here for reinforcements. We need to recover the components the rebels stole and get that lightning spire back online before it goes critical.
The rebel scum will wish they'd never touched the spires.
Excellent. I'll hold off raising the alarm for a while longer. The rebels are camped along the river. Blast them down, pry the stolen components from their hands, and then reinstall them at the spire. If the river runs red with rebel blood, I'll throw in something extra.
You can relax. I replaced the spire components.
I was just about to call in evacuation orders for the city. Well done. The rebel slaves will think twice before tampering with Imperial property again.
Second of your time, please. Minder 20. Imperial Intelligence.
What exactly is Imperial Intelligence?
The information gathering and internal security arm of the Empire. We report to the Minister of Intelligence, who reports directly to the Dark Council. You're a new face on Dromund Kaas. That presents a unique opportunity and a small window in which to use it. I need you to meet a man. Go where he says and do what he asks. There's little danger, but you must not question him.
I've never played spy before. Tell me where to go.
The man is named Manda, and he is in a local cantina. Tell him the Lord of Sorrow sent you. Good luck. We will not speak again.
Manda? The Lord of Sorrow sent me.
Listen carefully. I can say this once. A Chiss security officer stands at the bank. Hand him this gambling chip. He will give you a small item and further instructions. Now walk away casually.
I have a gambling chip for you.
And I have a package for you. Do not open it. Better if you don't even look at it. There is an NK line droid. I'll show you where to find it. The package goes there. Long live the Emperor.
I have a package for you.
For me? How wonderful. And I, in turn, have something for you, to show appreciation. If we have not caught the Republic's attention with this sequence, they simply aren't paying attention. Empire forever.
7 brutal, bloody murders, 7! And the killer is allowed to walk free? Decent, law-abiding citizens, loyal servants of the Emperor are being slaughtered, and what do our security forces do? Nothing. I've seen the killer myself, but the authorities say I don't have enough proof. I demand justice!
That's big talk for a worm like you.
I must be heard! I'm the only one who knows the truth! Several days ago, I spotted a bounty hunter following people seemingly at random, but pointing a strange device at them. The descriptions of the murder victims exactly match the people the hunter was following. He's behind these brutal killings, I know it!
I admire any killer who leaves so faint a trail.
Ah, but he didn't elude detection, my lord. I saw him, and now I'll make certain everyone knows his name. I followed the killer this morning. Saw the filthy alien skulking into the Mandalorian enclave. Someone called him by name, Redigan. This bounty hunter must learn the Empire doesn't tolerate alien scum like him killing its citizens. He needs to be punished.
A shuttle to catch. You mind getting out of my way?
You've been found guilty of murder, Rennigan. Any last words?
Hang on. I haven't murdered anybody, at least not the people you think I killed. You've been listening to Wrightson. Great. Listen, I didn't murder anybody. I was just hired to tag some random citizens, that's all.
You didn't ask why you were hired to tag random people.
I got instructions, not explanations. Seemed harmless at the time. I had no idea my clients would kill those people. I was hired by a group of Sith to organize games for them. Didn't realize what that meant until bodies started piling up. When I confronted them, they laughed. Said Sith have a birthright to hunt lowlives. It's like a sport to them.
My Sith brethren obviously have too much time on their hands.
I can think of better ways to pass the time, but then I'm not Sith. I'm in over my head and too many people are watching me now, so I can't even leave. I need help, and I'm willing to pay for it. You interested?
I'll make no guarantees.
I just want this problem to go away, and I only see 2 ways for that to happen. Either get rid of the loudmouth pointing fingers at me, or end that sick game the Sith are playing.
I'll eliminate the man who sent me. Never liked him anyway.
Poor scum. Should have minded his own business. Take this hunter tag. Use it on that nosy scumbag. He'll become my client's new target. When you're done, come back here, and I'll have your payment ready. Tag that screaming idiot, huh? Only a matter of time before the Sith pounce on him. It's not gonna be pretty. Doesn't bother you getting that guy killed?
I'm sure he's guilty of some crime somewhere.
You've got a dark way of looking at the world. I'm not happy, but it was either him or me. He should have kept his mouth shut. Here, this is every credit I have. Thanks for the help.
Finally someone who will understand, or maybe even assist me in my work. My idiot apprentices got themselves killed during a simple ritual, and they still have the runes I entrusted to them. They just had to summon a dark side beast, a Sith spawn, and bring it to me. I even researched the artifact to bind it. Could you help?
Why would you want to summon a Sith spawn?
You're right. Why would anybody want an incredibly powerful creature of darkness to study? Oh, You'll need to subdue the Sith spawn before the artifact can bind it.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
Get the runes from my apprentices' bodies and take them to the archway in the jungle. The artifact is hidden there. It'll guide you. Well, don't just stand there. Go and get my Sith spawn.
Hold your position, please, and keep your weapon holstered. The remotes are scanning you now. You check out. Sorry, my lord. We're on the lookout for anyone with Lord Grathan, and I'm sick of letting him stomp on my people.
You should not question a Sith so boldly.
With respect, being Sith doesn't get you a pass here. Not when it's one of your own who's the problem. Look, stick around a minute. I don't know if you're familiar with the situation, but Grathan's a nightmare. The Sith Lord's gone rogue. He's holed up in his estate past the wall. He's got weapons, shields, and a cadre of scientists developing new tech to use against us. Grathan wants respect and authority from the Dark Council, so in true Sith fashion, he turned on his masters to prove his power. As a result, we have to put up with this lunacy. So if you're here to cause Grathan problems anyway, you might help us out.
You have weapons and training. Handle things yourself.
Believe me, I'd like to, but my hands are tied. Here's the story. There are nearly 100 men assigned to this sector, some on the wall, some watching Grathan. 20 are missing. My men. Practically my kids. Grathan stole them, and I want them back.
Why would Lord Grathan be kidnapping soldiers?
I don't know what Lord Grathan wants with them. Maybe he's holding them hostage just to demoralize us, who knows? But if you're heading to Grathan's grounds, help them get out. Tell them to report back to their Duchess. That's, what they call me.
Consider it done.
I've got reports saying that Grathan's been transporting prisoners to another wing of his estate. I don't know if it's my people he's moving, but it's worth checking out. Watch yourself. Grathan doesn't mess around.
Authorization. System cannot identify. Please don't go! Please don't go! What's happening? Are you with Lord Grathan? Are you invading? System cannot identify.
I'm here on my own. Lord Grathan is an enemy.
Then who? System cannot stop. Reassigning priorities. Operating number 2188-697. Please, did the Duchess send you? Please help me.
Your commander sent me to free you and the others.
We failed to defend ourselves. Grathan's people took us prisoner for experiments. The scientists cut open our heads, put us in droids. Identification model OHK-99. They program us for advanced intelligence. Enhanced combat tactics. Now my body's lying dead across the room. I can see it.
You're a slave now, as I was. Not so long ago.
Yes, that's accurate. Please undo it. I'm the last. The others have all been converted. They can't talk, can't disobey. But I know they can still think, feel. Please listen. You could disable us all. Send the shutdown command from our central command console. Please. You could put an end to this. Use the command console. I can't go with you, motor and combat systems non-functional. Please, make it stop hurting.
I heard there was action in Grathan's place. Not many people make it in and out like that. But I'm not seeing my men. Tell me what you found in there.
Grathan was experimenting on them. Converting them into machines.
Machines? Right. I'd heard rumors about Grathan's repulsive methods, and I have a strong stomach, but I feel a little sick right now. I was hoping they'd be okay. What an idiot I am.
Channel your feelings into rage, and make rage your weapon.
Good Sith advice. I'll do my best. You got the information I wanted, so you earned your pay. Take it. Those kids won't miss a few credits. Now I've got to send word to their families and return their belongings, then it'll be time to recruit some fresh faces.
All part of the job, Captain. I'm sure you'll get it done.
Lovely thought. I'll see you around.
Shh. I have to be very careful. Lord Grathan's eyes are everywhere.
He's suspicious of all strangers. He must be blind to our doings.
Who are you?
Captain Bryn, Imperial Special Forces. This work requires intense concentration, a special kind of mind. Graffin's trouble, see? Big trouble. Mad scientist type, likes weapons, cyborgs, droids, ergonomic chairs. My mission's to keep an eye on him, watch for anything suspicious. I don't know what you're doing here.
Just visiting my old friend, Lord Grafin.
Can't fool me. Lord Grafin doesn't have friends. Or not many. You got a glint in your eye, like maybe you're not paying a friendly visit. See, my orders are to keep my distance and not enter Lord Graffin's place or cause any kind of ruckus. But I'm supposed to see about a certain prototype turret design the Rogue Lords supposedly acquired. Empire wants it for mass production.
What's so special about this turret?
I don't know specifics, only that it's supposed to be pretty powerful. Lord Graffin's got the turrets hidden inside somewheres. I'd go looking for them myself, but orders are orders. I have to stay put. Since you're going in, you could maybe poke around and see if you can't find the plans to those turrets.
Time for you to see what a Sith can do.
Good deal. That's the spirit. The thing is, you never get past the turrets unless you take out a guard and get a security badge. The security badge transmits a signal that tells the turrets the badge holder is friendly. So the op is, get a security badge off a guard, find those turrets and grab the plans. Easy, right? I'll be keeping an eye out here, right where you found me.
Oh no! Oh, this is a disaster! Simply terrible! Somebody has to stop me! Somebody has to stop me right now!
Are you the one who's controlling these turrets?
I'm ashamed to say yes, but not by choice, I assure you. I'm programmed to understand over 100 languages and dialects, and in not one is the phrase on fire positive when referring to a person. Why of all droids I was chosen to maintain these awful things and protect their schematics, I will never understand. Oh, if only I didn't have this terrible restraining bolt restricting my actions. I'd destroy the plans to those turrets in an instant.
It's a good thing that restraining bolt's there.
I don't know how you can say such a thing. The turret schematics are stored within my databanks. If the restraining bolt was removed, I could delete them, ensuring that no more turrets could be built. It's the next best thing to disabling the turrets themselves. If you value organic life, you will remove my restraining bolt and let me destroy the schematics once and for all.
I'm downloading the plans for the Imperials.
If you're insistent on it, there's nothing I can do. After all, I'm not programmed for combat. If it were up to me, organic species would not be allowed to do such horrible things to each other.
That's hardly your call.
No, I'm not programmed for war or violence at all. And furthermore, it's a good thing I don't have a stomach, because watching Lord Graffin's test subjects burst into flames would be more than I could handle, I think.
Pete, you're back. I take it you have the plans to the turrets, then? Can't wait to lay me eyes on them. Can't wait to take them back to the Empire.
I pried them from the databank of a cold, whiny droid.
Don't care how you got them. Just that you got them. This is great news. These turrets are the future of Imperial anti-personnel weaponry, and Lord Grafin wanted to keep them all to himself. And we showed him. Can't wait to try these out on some Republic scum. Good work.
Yes, a violent intruder laying waste to Lord Graffin's compound. I applaud you. I'm Ismar Bringle, one of Lord Graffin's indentured scientists. I'd like to make your destruction of this place highly profitable.
You're happy I'm destroying Lord Graffin's compound?
Beyond happy, I'm practically giddy. 3 years ago, Lord Graffin lured me to work for him. He promised great opportunities and exciting fields of study. Instead, I became a prisoner, slaving on freakish creations Graffin uses to advance himself. It's a thankless existence.
What transpired here?
Please don't ask me to describe the horrors Graffin demanded I develop for him. The work sickens me. Graffin cybernetics researchers, a sadistic bunch of scum, developed cyborg body parts that regenerate. The technology will revolutionize warfare. It's worth a fortune. I have a buyer looking to manufacture a cyborg army.
You'll get 60% of my profits if you steal the cybernetic researcher's files.
For terms that generous, I think we can do business together.
Excellent. You won't be disappointed. There is a catch, of course. You'll have to activate the main console by sending override commands from the remote terminals. Grathan protects his computers with lethal security forces, war droids, cyborgs, even genetically engineered weapons. Expect heavy resistance.
Your concerns are ill-placed. The dark side protects me.
Of course, but a little early warning never hurts. Take this data spike, insert it into the main console at Grathan's central lab. The spike will download all the data we need. When you're done, bring me the spike. I'll arrange its sale and transfer credits to your account. Go now, be swift.
Stop! You must not steal that precious data, I implore you. Were I not locked in Grathan's science dormitory, I'd face you in person. I can only hope the passion of my plea convinces you. I'm Lanator Drogue, lead researcher of Lord Grathan's Cybernetics Division. That data you're stealing is my life's work.
You're another of Grathan's prisoners, right? How is this your life's work?
I'm no prisoner. I volunteered for this project because Grathan alone had the resources to help me achieve my goal. I'm the creator of Project ARC, Automatic Regenerating Cybernetics. I've developed mechanical body parts that grow and heal like actual flesh and bone. Making better soldiers is an obvious application, but my dream is to give these lifelike replacement limbs to the victims of war.
Your masters should determine how this technology is used.
Then I leave that determination to you, my lord. You're obviously more powerful than Grathan. Lord Grathan encrypted my research notes to prevent duplication, but that data spike will download everything and erase the original. You're taking the only copy. Please don't steal that data. Allow me to continue healing the sick.
I was promised a lot of credits for this, and I plan to collect.
I hope you can live with the knowledge you failed to make the galaxy a better place. Enjoy your filthy credits, thief.
What do I care about bettering the galaxy?
You'd think even Sith would tire of wallowing in corruption, eventually. I pity you, really. Good day.
Returned. The sounds of battle echoing through the compound was like music. Made me want to dance. Well, don't leave me in suspense. Did you download the cybernetics data? Are we going to be rich?
It's right here. Have it.
Finally! Oh, I've waited so long for this moment. Everything is in place. I'll send the data spike to my contacts so they can extract and verify the data. It'll be raining credits before you know it. I'm so grateful you crossed my path. You've made my dreams come true.
Enjoy your dreams while they last.
Oh, I intend to. We'll be paid as soon as my contacts authenticate the data. It shouldn't take long.
Hey, my lord, right? Not sure about my propers with you folks. Seeing as how you're already killing slaves and causing a fuss, how'd you like to make a pile of credits?
I suppose I have the time.
So Darth Valron is on the Dark Council, and his apprentice Lord Ket wants to advance, so he starts building a giant statue to his master. But Lord Ket doesn't want his master to know, so he brings in slaves from off-world. Slaves rebel, and we get this mess.
I assume you were tired to tell the tourists the fascinating tale of the slave rebellion?
Here's where it gets complicated. Lord Ket wants to save face, but secretly. He calls in me and my mercs. By the time we get here, the slaves have captured some giant industrial drills and they're getting ready to bring down the whole giant statue. Our best team goes in with explosives to blow up the drills. Slaves kill every last one. Got a pile of credits for anyone who grabs those explosives, hooks them to a giant drill, then fights off slaves until the explosives detonate.
Lord? Look at them out there. They're like animals. Hundreds of slaves with no one to command them and without a thought in their minds as to what to do with their freedom. Like I said, the slaves are animals. But we've noticed strange behavior in the pack. and my superiors want to know more. Some of the slaves are killing each other. We don't know if they're mad or hungry, desperate, or if there's a faction of slaves who've turned on the rest.
What exactly is the problem again?
Well, it might not matter, but we want to know for certain what's going on. We know that the killings are ritualistic. The murderous slaves come in the night, stab their foes, and paint themselves in blood. If you could investigate, catch them in the act and take them down, maybe you could find a clue to their motives.
I'll see what I can do. But I remember what it was like, being one of them.
Ah, yes. Yes, my lord, of course. Look for any slave who's turned on his peers. With luck, he'll lead us to answers.
You are not the initiate. You are Sith. You honor us with your presence, mighty lord. Welcome to our prison.
Start talking, but move wrong, and I kill you.
You want explanations? I am Traga Unvor, leader of the Unchained. I am master of my hatred. When the other slaves broke free, I laughed. Like you, I knew their escape was a delusion, for only Sith possess true freedom.
I was a slave myself, before I became Sith.
Yes, mighty one. Then you do understand. I saw a chance to prove myself. I culled weak from strong. I began to kill and to teach. I showed slaves freedom through bloodshed. Now my followers and I are the masters here. And soon, we will become Sith ourselves.
You may have potential, but are you strong in the Force?
My strength is in my fists, but the Force has guided me here. And it has guided you. Now you can spread word of us to the Empire. Your strength is great. With your approval, we shall serve. Carry our message of allegiance to your masters, and we will become the new face of the Empire. We will be champions of the dark side.
The Empire will hear your message.
As it should be. Take this datapad, my plea to the Sith Lords. For now, I am not ready to leave the Colossus. With every kill, I feel my power grow. And there are many slaves who may yet join me. But soon, we will all be ready. We will await word from the Empire.
You may do as you wish, but you don't yet understand the Sith.
Yes, I look forward to learning.
It's good to see you back. I knew those slaves couldn't hold their own against you. I take it you managed to track down one of the murderers. What's their story? Can we use them?
The killers will now serve the Empire. I have their oath of allegiance here.
What do you mean? Let me see that datapad. This is madness. They're serious. Slaves who think they can become Sith.
A slave can become Sith. Never forget that.
Yes, as you say. I'll inform Command. I'm not actually authorized to speak with Sith Lords on the blockade, but I'll make sure they know too. It's been an honor working with you. I hope we meet again.
Damn it, this would never have happened on my watch. Ah, my lord, it's good to see that the Sith haven't let things slide. Not like the rest of this circus of an empire. First, it's slave rebellions in the jungle, then this. We wouldn't have allowed these kinds of things 30 years ago.
What's the problem, officer?
I was sent to this construction site to investigate unusual behavior among the droids. I wasn't here long when one of the units attacked me. I barely escaped with my life, but worse than that, I found this transmitter on the droid.
Do you think the droids were being controlled by someone?
Yes, and I believe they're sending signals back as well. I warned my superiors what would happen if they continued to be lax about this planet's security. Someone, an independent interest, a rogue Sith Lord, is using these droids to broadcast Kaas City's schematics to an off-planet location.
When I find whoever is behind this, they will learn what becomes of those who cross the Sith.
I hope you do. But with all respect, I think it's important that we stop the outgoing flow of information first. We need to get those transmitters.
If we can remove enough of them from the droids, it'll make the data they're sending unintelligible. The sooner we get those transmitters out, the better. This information can't end up in the hands of our enemies. Already? And you have the transmitters?
Don't act too surprised. I'll think you had no faith in me.
You're right. I owe you thanks. If you'll give me a moment, I'll upload the data to High Command and we'll see what's what. This is worse than I ever would have imagined. Lord Grathan's behind this. He has to be.
Could you try to explain things from the beginning?
He's covered his tracks well. We won't be able to prove it, but Lord Grathan has been sending security codes and planetary readouts off-world. Everything an invading army would need. Major Shellister is already en route to the probable invasion site with every soldier he can find. They'll meet you just across the bridge. Hurry.
Major Shellister? Captain Eisen asked me to come by. He was under the impression we were being invaded.
Captain Eisen was right. Paranoia paid off.
You sense it, my lord? Something out there? I wish it were in my head, but I know it's real. Please excuse me. It's these long nights, excavating relics near the Dark Temple. I'm Major Swain Lothar, Imperial Reclamation Service. My team uncovered several significant artifacts at a nearby dig. That's when things started going wrong.
Perhaps your team exhumed something.
They didn't report anything like that. Just the artifacts. Then the mysterious visitors. First, it was strange noises from the temple, then figures lurking nearby. My team didn't like it, but I told them to push on. Now they're days overdue, and I owe a report to Lord Duan. But I can't go out there. I need someone to find them, make sure the artifacts make it.
I don't have a weak stomach.
Wish I could say the same for myself. My team's still in those caves. Whatever's happened, please bring those relics to Lord Duan. He's overseeing a small camp by the Dark Temple.
I've only a moment to rest. Those things from the Dark Temple are attacking again. Jez thinks they're drawn to the artifacts. I bet he's right. They went berserk the second we packed everything up to leave. It's time to make a stand. If those crazies want our relics, they'll have to kill us first.
Your archaeologist team is dead. Killed for the relics they uncovered. I have them now.
Interesting. The Dark Temple's presence continues to surprise and fascinate. I'll quarantine the artifacts for future study. A shame we lost the whole team. At least it wasn't a total loss. After all, we got what we came for.
Just doing my good deed for the decade.
Whatever secrets these pieces hide, we'll find them. Thank you.
Over the last 3 days, a series of transmissions left Dromund Kaas and were received by ships orbiting a nearby asteroid. These transmissions contained safe landing coordinates for the planet's surface and security codes to bypass the orbital defenses.
Are we at war? Have the Jedi finally landed?
Even the Jedi don't have the temerity to attack Dromund Kaas itself. Several hours ago, small shuttles built to avoid sensor detection began to land and deliver troops to the planet's surface. These troops are brutal alien mercenaries of the exiled Lord Titonus. Students of Sith politics will remember she was the rebel who declared her own kingdom on Begarin.
That is such a good idea. Note to self. Find planet to conquer.
Preferably not this one. We have our hands full already. Lord Titonus has judged her timing perfectly. With so many of our forces off-planet, it is possible she could take Kaas City if she lands her entire mercenary army. We must stop her shuttles from landing and beat back her forces. I've thrown every resource I have down there already. Now it's up to you.
I've sent 3 separate expeditions into the Dark Temple. Not one has returned. I can't say for sure what's going on, but people who go in there, they don't come back.
I am Sith. You will address me as such, fool.
Then you are everything I could have hoped for. You can survive the Dark Temple. I beg you to do me, and more importantly, the Empire, a favor. The expeditions I sent in were looking for specific data. I can spare the manpower. They were slaves mostly, but the data is essential.
You don't have the authority to give me orders.
You're absolutely right. But please consider that you'll be doing a valuable service for the Empire, and you'll be extremely well rewarded. All I'm asking is for you to find the data the expedition collected. If all you find is bodies, bring back their data pads. This information is vital to future construction on Dromund Kaas. Please help.
If you're going to make me feel guilty, I'll do it.
I'll mark the location the expedition last signaled from on your map. It's the best I can do.
You dare approach the great Nil Venerus, Lord of the Sith, Master of the Undying Darkness. Answer me. What insolence brings you to this place, slave?
I will not tell you again. I am not a slave. I'm Sith.
What? You're not afraid of me? You aren't a mindless puppet like the rest of them? I don't understand.
I still have my senses, but someone here is out of his.
You're right. I was out of my senses. But not anymore. I was part of an expedition sent by the Empire to measure strange activity in the Dark Temple. But soon after we entered, we all became different people. I became the mighty Lord Venerus, and the others became my obedient followers and servants.
You seem normal enough now.
Yes, for some reason the madness no longer has its hold on me. Like whatever's causing this dream is losing its power. It's strange that you seem to be unaffected. In fact, it's strange to find you here at all. I thought the Imperials gave up sending people in here. What exactly are you doing here?
The Imperials want data. I'm going to get it for them.
So, the Imperials haven't given up on getting their precious data, after all. This is lucky. You see, ever since I came to my senses, I've been worried that my followers will begin to doubt my leadership. I can't lose my power, I can't go back to being a slave. But maybe we can help each other.
It wouldn't be hard for me to eliminate you and your followers.
Well, I guess that's true. Except I'm the only one who can make all the others turn in their data. All I ask is that you find the symbols of Lord Venerus's power. They were looted from his tomb by the people possessed by Venerus's enemies. The symbols will help me reinforce my followers' belief in me, lock them in their dream.
It seems you've only left me the one option if I want that data.
Please, just think a while about my offer. Be careful. Venerus's old enemies will put up a good fight.
Haha, the only thing more powerful than the Dark Temple. Any luck getting that data?
Here's your data, as promised.
Hey, you actually came through. Can't say I was expecting that. Can't say it's not a relief. Now we can finally stop sending expeditions in there, wasting all those slaves who should be building monuments to the Empire.
Slaves shouldn't be collecting data anyway.
My superiors may feel differently, but I tend to agree with you on that point. Anyway, I believe that concludes our business here. Goodbye then, and thanks for the data. Your service to the Empire will not be forgotten.
At last, the Dark Council has answered my petitions and sent a fine young Sith to help secure the temple.
I'm not here to secure the temple.
Of course, I've been ignored again. How stupid of me. If you're here, however, you must have the authority to enter the Dark Temple. You could still save this planet.
You have my complete, undivided attention.
The Dark Temple is ancient, built during a previous incarnation of our empire. 1,000 years ago, our own emperor buried his enemies here. These enemies remain powerful, even in death, which is why the temple was sealed. But now, something terrible has happened.
Some idiot went and woke them up.
With the Emperor's attention elsewhere, a group of ambitious but ignorant Sith thought to gain power by raiding the temple. They didn't find the relics they sought. Instead, they awoke an ancient Sith Lord, Lord Kalig, and their expedition plunged into madness.
Are they still in there?
The ones who still live, yes.
Because Lord Kellig died by ambush, I believe he awakened unaware of his own death, and his expectations became reality for those around him. His power overwhelmed all inside the temple. And even now the workers plot wars against each other, believing themselves Sith Lords, and drawing terrible power from Kellig himself.
Are there more dead Sith Lords in there?
You begin to see the crisis. There are still more ancient Sith Lords whose spirits lay dormant in the temple. If the ancient Sith Lords are woken by the violence within, they could overrun Dromund Kaas.
Maybe that won't happen.
We're not going to be saved by optimism, young one. I have studied all of the burial chambers within. Each was made with the same ancient design, one we can exploit. If you fuse the 500-kilogram hinges on each tomb door, even a violent assault should not be able to wake the ancients.
There will be no survivors.
That will not stop the next group of idiots from putting us right back in this situation. The team I sent in earlier was using a massive metal torch. Effective, but slow, I'm afraid. They did not make it far. The torch must be recovered, and the doors of the ancients sealed.
No, stranger. My internal chronometer tells me it has been exactly 963 years since this hologram was made. Have the Sith truly lived in fear of me for so long?
Who are you?
I am, or was, Kenneth a born Sith and follower of the Force. Like so many before me, I challenged the Emperor and was buried in this temple. Fortunately, I had just enough time to make this, an interactive image that would transmit my secrets to whomever was bold enough to find my tomb and unlock it.
I unlocked your tomb, so start transmitting.
Patience, and everything will become clear. The way of the Sith lies in channeling the Force through the use of powerful emotions. Fear is the chief of these. The Sith feed on palpable dread.
Is there a point in all of... I am a master of Sith philosophy, and you presume to teach me.
It's a lie. Fear is a lie. Passion, a lie. Fear gives temporary power, and passion is easily manipulated. Real strength in the Force comes when one is no longer afraid. And one can purge fear when one stops grasping. After power, after things, after life itself, and allows the Force to guide him. There is only the Force.
It's nothing like the Sith philosophy I've heard about.
Sith philosophy claims to break its followers' chains, but instead traps them in their own fear. What I learned only lives on through this image and its device. Yet I am one with the Force, eternal and at peace. Take them. Take my teachings to the Sith. They will find power there, but a different kind. Not of darkness, but light.
The world must know what you've learned.
The Sith should know fear is not the only way. As for me, my message is concluded. I will now depart.
You're back. I hope you sealed the chambers of the ancients, Keleth Ur's chamber especially. I'm terrified to think what would happen if Keleth Ur and his crazed ideas were to re-emerge.
I think his secrets are worth examining.
What? What's this? How could you? No, I want no part of this. Please, destroy it. Bury it. Steal it away.
We can learn something from this, and become powerful.
Clearly you don't understand. Throughout history, the light has endeavored to destroy the darkness. The Emperor was right to murder Keleth Ur for his heresy. Peace, serenity, words for the stifling of the very emotions that drive us.
Wouldn't it be wise to learn the teachings of our enemy?
No, that's not... Wait. Yes, I think I understand your reasoning. Fine. I will take the teachings of Keleth Ur and study them so that the darkness may prevail over the light. Now, please, leave. The temple is safe, and I must take these teachings back to my chambers and make sure they're secure.
Enter and hear me. You mustn't kneel. I would gain no satisfaction from it. So, you've finally found our hidden temple. It's long since time. The followers of the Dark Path battle my forces, and your cruelty is needed.
This temple isn't exactly hidden. There's a path from Kaas City.
Do you mock me? No one finds this temple nor this planet by accident, nor without my approval, for I am Lord Farshal. I oversaw this temple's construction, and I have ruled the jungle ever since. Now you will serve me.
You look more like a workman than a Sith.
My robes and helm were won in battle against Lord Vacuous. My lightsaber burns with the light of a star, and you dare question me? Now do as I require, and the riches of the temple will be yours. The teachings of the Dark Path lured my apprentice Anyara away, but I will have her back. You will retrieve her from the temple depths.
I don't understand. What's the Dark Path?
How can you not know? The other Dark Lords founded the path to lure away my students. I do not know how my rivals reached my apprentice, but I know where she went. The Dark Path hides near here. Kill the followers of the Dark Path. Fight your way to their altar, and Anyara must confront you. Do this, or be punished by my power.
I don't believe you have any power.
Doubt no longer. Witness a demonstration of my strength. Now you've seen the power of a Dark Lord of the Sith. Now we are finished.
It seems I was wrong about you. I'll be on my way.
The followers of the Dark Path are not far. Go, and I will await you.
Stay back! I don't know you. You aren't of the Dark Path. You whispers to me, tells me to go back to Lord Farshal, that I belong to Farshal, but it's wrong. Something's wrong.
You must be Lord Farshal's apprentice. He sent me to find you.
Yes. No. I was someone else. Before I came to the temple, I was powerful. I was Sith. But she keeps saying I'm an apprentice. Just an apprentice. And I hate her. But my hate isn't making me strong enough.
Remember the Sith code. Focus on the words.
Yes. Through passion I gain strength. Through victory my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. She says she's Anyara. She says we serve Farshal. She says there's no city out there, just jungle. Tell me who's right. Am I the temple apprentice Anyara, or is she lying? Is the city outside real?
Kaas City is real. It's where you're from. This temple is all wrong.
I knew it! Curse her! She's still in my head, but she's my enemy, and I am Sith. I can defeat her. I will.
Is there nothing I can do to help?
No. I'm struggling, but I'm also remembering. It takes concentration. I came from Kaas City, like you. But the temple makes people think strange things, remember being different people. I'm not an apprentice. That workman, he isn't Lord Farshal. But we thought we were. We played the roles. We even had the power.
No one's making me think strange thoughts.
No. Whatever seized me seems to be distracted now. I was able to escape, and you seem immune. I don't know how long my mind will stay my own, so I need to leave here now.
I won't keep you. Leave the temple to me.
As you wish, my lord. But I suggest you finish quickly.
My spies tell me you found the Dark Path, and it seems you survived their fury. Did you find Anyara? Did you see my apprentice there?
Anyara's not your apprentice. None of this is what you believe.
She is determined to remain with the Dark Path, then. How disappointing. Still, you struck a blow at my rivals, and the Dark Path will not move against me soon. You may leave with your life. Take this reward, a token in acknowledgement of your efforts, and go.
I still have questions for you, Lord Farshal.
Do not try my patience. Go from here now.
Sorry, Lord. I would find the supervisor for you, but talking to those spacers has already put me behind schedule.
That crew just wouldn't leave. They kept asking for supplies. Do I look like a quartermaster?
These crewmen, which way did they go?
I sent them to the next camp over. Director Nashal there loves boasting about their superior equipment. So he can share it. I can give you the camp's location if you like.
Somebody needs to find out what's going on here.
There. It's not far. Hopefully you'll catch them before they leave.
Finally, somebody armed. I couldn't do anything. It was a group of spacers. We were helping them and they attacked us. I ran in here when they shot the Shah, but I heard them talking. I think they're Republic spies.
Just tell me where these Republic agents went.
They ransacked the camp for supplies and uniforms, even stole identification off each body. Then they found one of our maps. We'd located a hidden cave at the bottom of the waterfall nearby. They could regroup there and shoot anyone who gets close.
Murder and mayhem await.
We need our uniforms and IDs back. Our supplies reclaimed and those spies destroyed. Please. The security of the Empire is at risk. Supplies? And the uniforms too? I thought it would take a whole platoon to handle those infiltrators.
I serve the people.
Still, it couldn't have been easy. Thank you.
Useless bureaucrats, let them come here and do my job for a while. Forgive me, my lord, I didn't see you there. I'm Sergeant Mulcarrots, 3rd Recon Company. Are you here about the bounty on the jungle predators?
What are you trying to sell?
I'm not selling anything. I'm just trying to fulfill my orders. I've been in charge of protecting the slaves from predators since my superior was gored by one. There are too many beasts for us to handle. I requested assistance from Kaas City, but all they did was put a bounty on the jungle creatures, which hasn't helped us at all.
Is there nothing I can do to help?
I'll take any help you're willing to give. I can't do this job with the resources they've given me. Poor slaves, I hear their screams when the creatures drag them away. Even off-worlders don't deserve to die like that. If you could thin out the predator population, it would make a huge difference for us.
If everything's settled, I'll be leaving.
If you kill the jungle predators, take the proof to Administrator Reese in Kaas City. She's paying the bounties on them.
What is that disgusting stench? Oh, by the stars, what are you doing with all those rotting animal parts? No offense, my lord. I'm not sure what's going on. Why would you bring all these carcasses into my office?
Your work camp had a problem. I was the solution.
Of course, my lord. You're here to collect the bounty, yes? The Empire is, grateful for the extraordinary lengths you went to. Enjoy your reward. I'll take these beast parts and put them anywhere but here. Thank you for your help.
I used to be respected, you know. My word carried weight. One tiny mistake and suddenly no one trusts me. My troops were acting strangely, plotting something. Obviously they were traitors, all the warning signs were there. The smart move was to kill them all. How could I know they were planning a surprise party for my promotion?
You killed all the troops under your command?
I was under a lot of stress at the time. I've got my wits about me now. You have to listen to me. This time I'm not being paranoid. This time, I've identified a major threat to Imperial security. There are Kaas spies all over the jungle, and they're invisible. You can only see them when lightning flashes disrupt their stealth technology.
How can these alleged Kaas make themselves invisible?
They must have powerful stealth field generators. If not for the electrical discharges in the atmosphere, I'd never have noticed them. The Empire's enemies are up to something. The Kaas are here assessing our strengths and weaknesses for them. I just know it. Scour the jungle, watch the lightning flashes, and strike when you see a Kaas. Kill the snouted scum and bring me proof. Aha! A holocommunicator with Kaas markings on it. This will shut up those fools calling me paranoid. With this, I'll finally prove there are spies all around us. My superiors can't ignore this kind of evidence. You've done a great service for both me and the Empire, my friend. Take this, and my thanks.
Lord, Lieutenant Mallohy, may I beg a moment of your time?
Of course, Lieutenant. I always have time for our fighting forces.
Your graciousness does me a great honor. At this moment, Lord Kaas is meeting with the Minister of War to make recommendations for our next moves against the Republic. I've prepared his reports, but he also desires a personal interview with someone involved in the recent fighting.
Tell me where to find your lord, and I'll be on my way.
He's in the Citadel. Please proceed in a timely fashion. It is only with the insight and wisdom of the Sith that we can hope to win this war and conquer the hated Republic forever.
My lord, I have reports from the conflict with the Republic.
You have my thanks. You are, if I'm not mistaken, the young Sith who took the Brental Star, yes? Tell me, what were your impressions of the Republic forces you fought?
What the Republic lacks in passion, they make up for in organization.
You may have a point there. Our leaders are often distracted by more personal concerns.
One Imperial soldier is worth 20, 30 of the Republic's grunts.
Then there should be a very short war. I thank you for your insight in these reports. If you'll excuse me, I must study them before giving the Minister of War his marching orders.